Saturday morning, Raymond picked up his grandson Noah for their usual breakfast. But the boy in the back seat was quieter than he had ever been.
Something on your mind, Noah?
Mommy said I wasn't supposed to talk about home stuff.
Raymond let the silence settle until they were seated in a diner booth, pancakes steaming between them.
Grandpa, why does Daddy hit Mommy when she burns the rice?
The words landed like a stone. Raymond's hand froze mid-reach for the syrup, but his voice came out steady.
How often does that happen, Noah?
A lot. Last week she burned the chicken and he threw the pan. She cried in the bathroom after.
Has he ever hit you?
Noah shook his head, but his next words made Raymond's jaw tighten. Mommy always tells me to go to my room. The park was nearly empty, and Raymond pushed Noah on the swings with mechanical precision.
Higher, Grandpa.
Raymond obliged, but his smile cracked when a memory surfaced. Noah at the kitchen table weeks ago, barely whispering.
Mommy is clumsy. That's what Noah had whispered a month ago, and Raymond had asked no questions.
Once Noah was occupied on the jungle gym, Raymond sat on a bench and pulled out his phone.
Raymond, it's been a long time. You don't call unless it's important.
I need your help, Anthony. It's Rachel and Noah.
Raymond summarized as much as he could. The burned rice, the thrown pan, the bathroom door locked against a 7-year-old's confusion.
I understand. Don't do anything yet. Come to my office. We'll do this right.
The call ended, and Raymond watched Noah dangle from the monkey bars, oblivious to the machinery already turning. Raymond called out to Noah, and the boy slid down the monkey bars, running over with a grin.
Ready to go, buddy.
Can we come back next Saturday? That slide was awesome.
Raymond forced a smile and ruffled Noah's hair, the gesture far steadier than the storm gathering in his chest. At Rachel's doorstep, Noah threw his arms around Raymond, still chattering about the tallest slide. The moment the door closed, Raymond's face hardened. He drove straight to Anthony's office, knuckles white on the steering wheel. The sign outside read Keystone Investigations, small, discreet. The kind of place where secrets got handled before they became headlines. Inside, Anthony gripped Raymond's hand, his eyes sharp and already reading the weight in his old friend's posture.
Sit. Start from the first moment you suspected. Leave nothing out. You know the hard part, Ray. For any of this to hold up in court, Rachel has to let us in. She has to cooperate.
She'll make excuses. She always does. Told Noah to say she was clumsy.
Then we give her a reason not to. Court-admissible cameras. Tiny, silent, and enough to end this.
Surveillance in my own daughter's house. But the alternative was another thrown pan and locked doors.
I'll handle the hardware. You handle getting Rachel to open that door tonight. It has to be her call.
Tonight, he said, almost to himself. She'll be terrified, but she'll listen.
Don't let her push you away. She's been surviving by convincing herself it's normal. Remind her what normal is supposed to be.
The two men stood, their handshake a silent pact, the kind forged in barracks decades ago and never broken. Outside, the afternoon had cooled into early evening. Raymond paused by his car, looking up at the darkening sky.
I should have seen it sooner. Now I don't have the luxury of waiting any longer.
20 minutes later, he turned onto Rachel's street, the house's warm windows, a lie against the cold truth he carried inside. The porch light flicked on as Raymond stepped up. Rachel opened the door, her expression shifting from tired to surprised.
Dad? Is everything all right? Is Noah okay?
Noah's fine. He's at home with you. But I need to talk to you, Rachel. It's important.
She led him to the living room, her hands fidgeting with the hem of her sleeve. Raymond sat beside her, choosing his words carefully.
Noah told me something this morning about why you've been clumsy.
Clumsy? I don't know what you mean, Dad. I just trip sometimes, you know that.
He told me about the rice and the chicken and the bathroom door locked while you cried.
Rachel's face went pale. She stared at the floor, her breath catching. The room felt suddenly too small.
You don't understand. It's not what you think. He's just stressed at work. It only happens when I mess up.
I understand more than you think, and I am not leaving until we talk about this. Really talk.
The final defense in Rachel's eyes crumbled. She dropped her head into her hands, shoulders shaking.
I don't know how it got this bad. It wasn't always like this. I just kept thinking he'd stop.
I'm not here to judge you. I'm here because Noah needs his mother safe, and I know a way to make sure that happens.
He told her about Anthony, about the cameras, about a path out that didn't end with another locked bathroom door.
What if Brandon finds out? If he catches us doing this, he'll...
He won't. Anthony's done this 100 times. It's invisible, and it gives you power you haven't had until now.
Power. She had forgotten what that felt like. Okay. For Noah. Tell Anthony to do whatever he needs to do.
Raymond squeezed her hands and stood up. The room still held the weight of her tears, but a door had opened. Later that night, Raymond called Anthony from his truck. She's in. Start the preparations. 3 days later, with Brandon at a conference across town, Raymond and Anthony moved through the house like ghosts.
Living room and kitchen covered. These record on motion. Timestamps ingrained. Every second will hold up in court.
Rachel stood in the doorway, arms wrapped around herself, her face the color of old paper.
You are doing the bravest thing a mother can do. When this is over, you'll look back and know that.
By 4 o'clock, the equipment was invisible, the van gone, and the house looked exactly as Brandon had left it. The first 48 hours yielded nothing but silence. Raymond checked the secure feed obsessively.
Patterns. Ray. Abusers don't stop. They just wait for the right trigger. The rice only needs to burn once.
On the third night, Raymond's phone buzzed at 11:38 p.m. The alert read, "Motion detected. Kitchen." He opened the live feed with steady hands. The kitchen was dark, but he could hear Brandon's voice, low and cold. The timestamp rolled. Evidence was forming in real time, and Raymond did not look away. On the tablet, Brandon berated Rachel over burned rice, then backhanded her without warning. She stumbled against the counter.
You think I work all day to come home to this?
This was evidence, but one incident wouldn't be enough. He needed to make it airtight.
Raymond saved the timestamp and called Anthony. His voice was ice.
That's probable cause, Ray. We can move tonight.
Number 1, arrest gets him out on bail. 2, documented incidents bury him. We wait for a second.
2 days later, the second alert came. Brandon grabbed Rachel's arm, leaving bruises the camera caught in stark clarity. The timestamp marked it forever. 8:17 p.m. The pattern undeniable.
That's the one. We move. Call Margaret.
The feed went dark. Raymond's hands were still, but the machinery of escape was already in motion. The next morning, at Margaret's shelter office, Raymond and Anthony laid out the evidence.
I've known about Brandon for a while. Neighbors talk.
2 incidents. Clear timestamps. We need to move before he does worse.
Tuesday. He has an off-site meeting. Out from 8 to 5. That's your window.
She won't go to a shelter. She needs family. She and Noah come to me.
Good. I'll have the advocate ready, the papers for a no-contact order, and backup if she changes her mind.
That evening, Raymond told Rachel the plan. Her face blanched.
Tuesday. That's 3 days. What if he notices something off?
He won't. Just pack a bag for you and Noah. Nothing obvious. I'll take care of the rest.
Over the next 2 days, Raymond moved through his own house, adding quiet final touches to a room still hidden behind a closed door. The night before Tuesday, Raymond's phone rang at 9. Rachel's whisper was frayed.
Dad, I can't do this. He's been good all week. Maybe it's over.
He hasn't changed. The footage doesn't lie. If you stay, it's only a matter of time.
But what about custody? He'll say I am unstable. He'll use this against me.
No judge will ignore what we have. Trust me. come to my house. I need to show you something.
Okay, I'll be on the porch.
Raymond pulled on his jacket and drove through empty streets. She was waiting, thin sweater, eyes red. 20 minutes later, at his house, he led her inside, down the hallway, stopping before a door she'd never noticed.
I started this 3 weeks ago, after Noah's clumsy comment. I knew.
Rachel stared at the closed door, her breath catching. Raymond pushed the door open. A soft moon-shaped nightlight glowed over a bed with dinosaur sheets and shelves of books.
When did you do this?
3 weeks ago. After Noah whispered that you were clumsy. I needed proof, not just suspicion.
Rachel's hand went to her mouth. The room was more than a room. It was a promise. Her legs nearly gave way.
All this time, you were waiting, and I was making excuses.
Raymond put a hand on her shoulder. Not heavy, just there, steady.
I am sorry I didn't tell you sooner.
You are telling me now. That's what matters. Tomorrow, we finish this.
She straightened, tears still on her face, but something harder underneath. The fear hadn't vanished, but it no longer owned her.
Tomorrow, we do it.
Back in the living room, they went over every detail. Raymond's voice was a quiet command.
He leaves at 8. Anthony will be watching. I'll be in the alley at 8:15.
Just Noah's backpack and my documents. Nothing else.
He drove her home in silence. When she got out, her step was firmer than it had been in years.
Tomorrow, this ends.
That night, Raymond barely slept. By 7:30 the next morning, he was parked a block away, watching. At 8:02, Brandon's car pulled out of the driveway. Raymond's hand tightened on the wheel. His phone vibrated. A text from Anthony. He's gone. Moving now.
1 hour. That's all they needed.
He started the engine and pulled into the alley behind Rachel's house. Raymond turned into the alley. Rachel was there, one hand on Noah's shoulder, a worn suitcase beside her.
Take the bag. I have the paperwork, Noah. Get in Grandpa's car.
He lifted the suitcase into the trunk. Rachel buckled Noah in, her fingers fumbling but determined, before climbing in. Rachel turned off her phone and dropped it into the glove box. No calls. No tracing.
Where are we going, Grandpa? Why is Mommy sad?
On an adventure, buddy. Just the 3 of us. And Mommy is going to be okay.
They pulled away from the curb. Rachel looked back at the house, her eyes dry but her breath shallow.
Is Daddy coming too?
Not this time, sweetheart. It's just you, me, and Grandpa.
The house faded in the mirror. Raymond's hands were steady on the wheel, and he did not slow down. The first 5 minutes of the drive passed in heavy silence. Noah hummed a cartoon theme, oblivious to the stakes. Raymond's phone buzzed again. A message from Anthony. Brandon is still in his meeting. You are clear.
He clicked the phone off, exhaling something that had been clenched in his chest since sunrise.
Rachel stared out the passenger window, her hands clasped so tightly her knuckles showed white.
What if he shows up at your house? He knows where you live.
Then he'll have to go through me first. And I am not the man he's used to pushing around.
The words hung in the air. Rachel turned back to the window, but her shoulders dropped a fraction. 15 minutes later, Raymond turned onto his own street. The porch light was on, the house looking as it always did, solid, waiting. He pulled into the driveway, killed the engine, and turned to his daughter and grandson.
Welcome home.
They walked inside. Noah's eyes went wide at the unfamiliar space, his small voice echoing in the quiet hallway.
Grandpa, your house is huge. Can I run around?
Rachel set down the suitcase, her hands still trembling. She looked at Raymond and mouthed a silent thank you. Raymond's phone buzzed again. A message from Anthony. Police are in position at the office, just waiting for his meeting to end.
Sit down, honey. We're waiting for one more call. Then it's all over.
Noah had already found a small wooden toy car on the coffee table, a relic from Raymond's own childhood. He dropped to the floor, vrooming softly.
Look, Grandpa. It's a race car. Can I keep it?
It's yours now, buddy. got it from my father. Now it belongs to you.
Raymond knelt on the floor, and together they pushed cars back and forth, the simple act pulling Rachel out of her frozen silence.
Thank you, Dad, for everything.
The clock on the mantel ticked past 3. Then 3:30. Noah had fallen asleep on the rug, the small wooden toy car still clutched in his hand. Rachel sat rigid on the couch, her eyes fixed on the silent phone. At 4:15, the hour Anthony predicted the meeting would end. No call came. Rachel's breathing grew shallow, each exhale a small tremor.
Why aren't they calling? What if he left early? What if they missed him?
Anthony said to wait. He's never missed a target in 40 years.
The silence stretched, oppressive, until 4:27. Raymond's phone buzzed against the coffee table, Anthony's name glowing like a signal fire.
They took him in the parking lot, Ray. 3 counts. No bail. It's done.
Raymond's eyes closed for 2 seconds. A prayer, a release. Then they opened, meeting Rachel's terrified gaze.
They arrested Brandon. It's over. You are safe.
Rachel's hand flew to her mouth. A sob broke through her fingers, not of fear, but of something heavy finally detaching from her bones. Raymond pulled her into his arms, and across town, Brandon was being led away in handcuffs, the afternoon sun glinting off the police cruiser. Noah stirred on the rug, the toy car rolling from his hand. He blinked at his mother's wet face and sat up, confused.
Mommy, why are you crying? Did something bad happen?
No, sweetheart. These are happy tears. Everything is going to be okay now.
Raymond watched them, his chest tight. Then his phone buzzed again. Margaret.
Raymond, the no-contact order is in effect. Rachel can file for divorce tomorrow. You did it.
Thank you, Margaret, for everything.
As dusk fell, Raymond ordered pizza. The smell of pepperoni filled the house, an ordinary miracle after so much silence.
Pizza for dinner? You never let me have pizza for dinner, Grandpa.
Special occasion, buddy. Tonight, anything goes.
They ate on the living room floor, paper plates and laughter. The first meal without fear and longer than Rachel could remember. After the plates were cleared, Raymond knelt beside Noah and tapped his nose.
I have something for you, Noah. But you have to close your eyes.
Noah clamped his eyes shut, a grin spreading. Raymond took his hand and led him down the hallway, their footsteps soft on the worn carpet.
Keep them closed. No peeking.
Raymond pushed the door open. The moon-shaped nightlight glowed, casting soft craters onto the dinosaur sheets.
Okay. Open your eyes.
Noah's lids fluttered open. He stood frozen, his mouth forming a small, silent circle.
Whoa, dinosaurs.
He stepped forward and ran his fingers over the bedspread, the spines of the embroidered stegosaurus rough beneath his small hand.
There's a whole bookshelf and a moon. Is this for me?
Yes, Noah. Every piece of it is yours.
Noah turned back to Raymond, his voice quieter now, more serious than a 7-year-old's should be.
Can I stay here forever, Grandpa?
Raymond knelt, his old knees popping, and cupped the boy's face in his weathered hands.
As long as you want, son. This is your home now.
I love you, Grandpa.
The hug that followed was the kind that mends things. Raymond's voice, when he found it, was thicker than he intended.
I love you too, buddy. More than you'll ever know.
In the doorway, Rachel watched, her hand pressed over her heart. The tears on her cheeks were not for the past. The moon nightlight held them in its soft glow, a small, steady witness to the promise that had just been sealed. The next morning, Rachel made calls with a voice steadier than Raymond had ever heard from her. Mid-morning, Anthony's familiar truck pulled up, a box of donuts riding shotgun.
You didn't have to bring breakfast, old friend.
After the week we've had, you are getting the whole bakery.
Outside the window, Noah had found an old soccer ball and was dribbling it across the lawn, his laughter a balm.
We couldn't have done this without you, Anthony. Thank you.
That's what we do, Ray. You had my back in 76. I had yours now.
That evening, Raymond found Rachel on the porch, watching the sunset bleed orange into the trees. He sat beside her.
I never thought we'd be here, safe, starting over.
She leaned her head on his shoulder. In the yard, Noah's laughter rode the evening breeze, and the house behind them, for the first time, felt like a home. That night, after Rachel had gone to bed, Raymond pushed open the door to Noah's room. The moon nightlight still glowed, casting soft shadows. Noah was curled in a ball. The dinosaur sheets twisted around him. Raymond pulled the blanket up to his chin and brushed the hair from his forehead. He watched the boy's chest rise and fall, then clicked off the light. The door closed with the softest click. The next morning, Raymond was at the stove when Noah burst in, still in his pajamas.
Grandpa, can we have pancakes?
What do you think, buddy?
He flipped a golden pancake onto a plate. Noah climbed onto a chair, watching every movement. Rachel entered, her hair still messy from sleep. She smiled at the scene.
Mommy, Grandpa's making the fluffiest pancakes ever.
They ate together, the table a tangle of syrup and laughter. For the first time in years, Saturday morning felt exactly as it should. No fear, no locked doors, just pancakes and the people who loved him. After the breakfast dishes were cleared, Raymond stood at the kitchen window with his coffee, watching Noah chase a butterfly in the yard.
Some battles you fight with your fists, others you win with patience and a room prepared long before the fight begins.
His phone buzzed on the counter. Margaret's name glowed on the screen.
The divorce papers are signed and filed. The no-contact order holds, and the shelter advocate will stay in touch for as long as Rachel needs. You gave them a future, Raymond.
Raymond thanked her and set the phone down. Then he pushed open the back door and stepped onto the grass. The grass was warm under his shoes. Noah looked up from a patch of clover, his small hands cupped together.
Grandpa, look, a ladybug. It's the reddest one ever.
That's good luck, buddy. The best kind.
Raymond knelt beside him, the tiny insect moving across Noah's palm, with delicate, deliberate steps. In that quiet yard, with the boys' laughter and the ladybug's slow climb, Raymond knew the storm had passed. Some wars are won with evidence and patience, and the spoils were a boy's smile and a daughter's peace.